Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going? Hope you guys are having a good Monday. I know I am. So, let's get right into it. Talk about the California race. This channel is all about pretty much front row motorsports. Don't really do editing because just not that into taking time to do it. I guess I don't know. But anyways, so let's get into it real quick. I'm not going to talk much about the whole race. Kind of just some stuff on social media with John Nemechek and things like that. We're off the gate. Michael McDowell was talking how he had a really good race car. Right off the bat, he was super excited about it. All this praise and everything. So I was really pumped up. The practice times didn't really show it though, so I was kind of like suspect, like to thinking that, like, well, I guess it just feels good. It feels balanced. But yeah, he claimed he had a bunch of speed. Qualified 10th. I'm like, hey, cool. So qualified good. Sure enough, typical FRM from last year when it comes to the 34 on the big 1.5 2 mile tracks. Car is great by itself. Maybe can run in clean air. I don't know. But 2 or 3 laps into it, just, you know what I mean, falling back. I don't know if the car was too trimmed out. I don't know. But I shouldn't have been too surprised either way because Front Row Motorsports has never did well at places like California and Chicagoland and some of these big 1.5 2 mile tracks, minus like Atlanta and stuff like that. Like the tracks that require a lot of the aero, part of it, they struggle with. I feel like Pocono's kind of one of them, even though they won there, which is kind of weird, but they didn't win because it had speed. They won because of luck, I guess you could call it. Right place, right time, weather came in. But anyways, so I struggled the whole race. Managed down the lead lap here and there. Kind of got some, cautions at the right time, this and that. That was an old race before the stages. They would have been a couple laps down probably because that race didn't have a lot of cautions at all. So they finished 22nd, 24th. On board was Fire Alarm Systems, which is one John Nemechek's old sponsors, which is pretty cool to see them on board as a primary. It's really good. And then Michael McDowell had Loves. So the main thing that I think everybody needs to remember is that some things got brought up with John Nemechek on his Facebook page about kind of just, I get it. Some of the fans aren't too knowledgeable from motorsports in their past. It's more of like, hey, this is my driver. Now he's on this new team. I don't know much about the team's history, but I know my drive. So there can always be that mesh of like frustrations, I guess you could call it, because as a team fan, I feel the same way because I don't know much about John Nemechek before this, so I'm kind of having to learn about his styles and everything else and kind of go back in history and kind of figure out, some things with him. So, but one of the things is that it is good to see sponsors on board. The good thing this year is Front Row Motorsports has got pretty much full-time associates throughout the whole year, and they've been kind of building up that associate sponsor. So the whole year now, both cars, I believe, are pretty much locked in for full-time associate sponsors. It's the primary stuff that you always got to watch out for. So with that said, we didn't do good at California. I wasn't down about it. I'm just glad we finished the race, to be honest with you, because John Nemechek said he had a tire going down, and he pitted 5 laps before pretty much everyone else did on that last run, with like 45 laps to go. He pitted, and everyone else pitted with like 40, 39. So I was kind of worried, and Alex Bowman was showing courting and everything else. So I was kind of worried that I was like, man, is this guy going to make it? Like, dodged a bullet, but now we're going to dodge another bullet by trying to, extend his tire wear, So I was glad we didn't tear up a dang old race car. Not that our 2 mile track cars are that good anyways, but, you don't want to mess it up any worse. So, yeah, I feel like the weather kind of played a factor too. I think if it would have been a lot warmer, that might have done better. But I think John Hunter Nemechek was he was off the whole weekend. I think McDowell could have maybe had a better chance, but JHN, they were just off. So anyways, with that said, it was a good race. Looking pretty excited about Phoenix. I think we're going to have something for them. I do. I think the Phoenix are going to have something for them. I'm looking at top 15, both cars. Really do. I think that would be a win for us. Top 15 at Phoenix, I think, would be a win. So I think the cars are capable. I think they're going to be good cars. We got these stupid auto sensor lights behind me. Hopefully it doesn't shut off. But, wave your hand a little bit, make sure it stays on. But yeah, looking forward to Phoenix. It's really about it. Mainly just kind of for people watching this, it's a little concerned, no, don't hit the panic button yet. You know what I mean? Let's give it a couple more races. Phoenix will be a good benchmarker. Had speed in Las Vegas. Had speed there, just bad luck. Daytona was fine, whatever. Who cares about Daytona? Daytona just needs to be taken off the whole freaking circuit, in my opinion. But, yeah. So, good race there. Quick little update. Not a whole lot else to talk about, really. Nothing crazy came around. A little bit new news with this new next-gen car. Found some stuff on Twitter today. Bob Pockris was talking about how the new car is going to cost $300,000 for a new car and everything else, which seems kind of, I don't know. I guess with inflation and everything else, it's probably not that much money. It's probably not that much more money than when you had to buy new cars a few years ago when this current car came out. So we'll see. I feel like some of the team building aspects getting taken away with this new car because you're supposed to be able to replace basically just panel pieces, which you're saying they'll kind of get rid of the need for fabricators and everything else. And I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about it. They're still ironing out the details, but $300,000 for a new car seems kind of steep. The plus side of this, though, is a lot of teams aren't building new cars, right? They'll probably build new cars all the way through, maybe mid-season, a little before mid-season. Then they're going to, unless it's a big money team like Hendrick, they're not going to build anything else. So that money that would have been spent on building the new cars can be saved for these cars. But you're going through and you're trying to think of all the cars you need. You need a super speedway car. You need a couple different speedway cars. You need your California cars like we just raced. You need your road course cars. You need a couple of short track cars. You need a couple of the intermediate track cars. So I mean, you're looking at probably 10, right around 8, 9, 10, just for a mid-sized. I don't think that's enough. You probably need more. I guess 10's okay. I don't know the number, but let's just say that's what you need for a smaller team. That's 10 times $300,000. That's a lot of money. So we'll see how it all goes. I don't know. They're saying though in the long run it's going to pay itself off, and it's going to be. And then they're saying that you're like, well, what's the reward for the small team owners? Now, when we say small teams, NASCAR is focusing pretty much on JTG Darty Racing, Roush. They haven't really won. I mean, they've won, I think, once or twice last year. Newman won that race last year. But, they're not up there all-time winning. And Richard Childress, Front Row Motorsports, and Germain Racing. Those, in my opinion, are the main, 5 dudes that they're trying to, 5 teams or so that they're kind of trying to boost up. So what they're saying is the reward for buying these new expensive cars is you're going to be more competitive because supposedly this new car, I'm going a little off topic, I'm really sorry, but supposedly this new car, it's going to be a very much leveled playing field. So they say. They say you're not going to be able to pump a bunch of money into all these different places to make your car quicker and it's not like you can now. It's going to be none of that. It's going to be the way I interpret it is it's going to be pretty much impossible to do that. So it's going to be kind of impossible to get a better aerodynamic advantage. Almost impossible to get this, so the whole concept is, if you're a smart team, you pay $300,000 for this car, as long as you have a good setup and a good driver and pick blah, 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 and everything else underneath the sun, you can run top 5, top 10 all the time. I don't think I believe it. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little kind of on the fence about it. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I got to get going. This video was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I'm really sorry. I got totally off topic. But while it's fresh in my memory, I just felt like, hey, you know what? Let's just shotgun blast it out to you guys. But hope you enjoyed the video. And hey, go Front Motorsports, all right? Keep on chugging along, right? Small team that could. We're going to get there, baby. So Phoenix is next. Really looking forward to it. I got drill weekend for National Guard. It totally sucks. But yeah, we're going to take my DVR, come home, crack open car beers, watch that Phoenix race. Later.